Good morning, Academy55 premium members and everybody else who's watching the recording. My name is David Kahn. Taking you through trading on Wednesday, the 10th of July. It's now 5 to 8 in the morning here in the UK, 5 to 8, and we're here on the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame with the Academy55 indicators and strategy. Before we go ahead, let's do a little bit of housekeeping and have a look at my MT4 or MT5, making sure you've got the trader system up and running. You've got the risk to reward in purple, your lot calc in purple, your all important 1% in the box where it says risk. And I like to turn this on and off, little purple triangle there. Sorry, rectangle. Just in case you need to close all trades. There are other ways to do it, but just in case you want to do that with no hassle at all, just close all. So that's the housekeeping on that. Going back to TradingView, what we can see is going on to the 5 minute time frame, looking at the zones. As you can see, we got our next sell zone up here. So we got I'll mark up, and we got a buy zone down here, and I'll mark that up for as well. So we got that. So we know if price gets up there, we're in a sell zone. Price goes down there, we're in a buy zone. So go back. Just want to quickly go on the 4 hourly. Turn off my at the minute. Just get rid of that minute. And if we go onto a line chart on the 4 hourly, where there is 2 or more lines is a very important area. So here, just there, as you can see, it was support for a bit, and then it's been support and resistance there. So that area there is quite important on the 4 hourly. And I think we got another one. Have we? Well, no, we haven't really, because these lines don't sort of tally up. If there's 2 or more points, then we mark it up. See that this line just down here could be as well. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong line. So I could put a line there, just underneath that 4 hourly one. That's a bit, you may say that's a bit close, but yeah, you're right. But look where that line is, right on where our buy zone is. So that's fairly significant, and it might be significant in our time of trading. Turn these back to candles. Turn the premium indicator back on. And here we are. So if you'd have been around, do a bit of paper trading, if you'd have been around at 10 to 8 this morning, we're on the way up for a buy. I'd be pretty happy with what's going on at the moment with that. Although I know at 8 o'clock other volume comes into the frame, and maybe other ideas of where they want to take the EUR might come into the frame as well. So they might continue on the same path for a buy, but they might decide, you know what, we really want to sell and stuff like that. So but whatever, we're paper trading it. So the next alert I could take is a sell alert. But like I say, for me, it would be, it would have to be down here somewhere as a scenario, because I have to wait for price to get below the wave. And obviously with a sell alert. So at the moment, it'll be something like, it would look something like that at the minute. And that would be entirely doable because we're away from this important support and resistance line, and also the buy zone. This is looks like such an important line. Expect a bounce or break off that line, maybe. But here is a sell zone where there are order blocks. Depends on how much millions of dollars they can see up here in stop losses, looking for sells placed by us retail traders. They might come and get that at a later time. If it's a lot and it's the way they want to go, obviously they'll head for that quite soon. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But the next alert I can take is a sell alert. So then we'll just size it up when we get that alert and see what happens if we get that alert. I mean, of course, there's nothing to say that this buy just might go on and on and on up to here. We just don't know. But the only next alert I can take is a sell. Nice of you to see. Nice to see so many of you on today. I hope you're getting value out of this Academy 55 indicators and also the template. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any testimonials, or obviously if you're having any problems with it, write in the support, in our support in the back office, as always. Any technical problems. But yeah, if you have anything, any screenshots of trades taken, I know a few of you doing it, which is good. Keep those coming in. We'd love to see them, because ultimately we want loads of people to succeed, or we want everybody to succeed, not loads. We want everybody to succeed with this, and eventually get our like $100,000 or more prop firm account and trade with other people's money. And as I've proved to you time and time again, if you've been watching for a long, long time, this is well capable of getting you that 13 to 15%, 13% that you need to pass the challenge on $10,000 account plus. But at the same time, hopefully teaching you patience as well. Patience is needed. If this carries on up and up and a sell alert doesn't present itself, you know what? Come back later on in the day if it seems right for you, or even tomorrow. I mean, there should be no pressure on time put on yourself for this. But this is the scenario now. If the sell alert does indeed come down, I have to wait for price to get below that wave at least to present itself. But just this area here, we've had 1, 2, 3 touches. So this is a stalling area here. You look, let's put it on the 5-minute time frames. We've got a big spike up on here. That was at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. That was obviously a news item. But on the 5 minute, we were in a sell bias, and then now they've decided to go on a buy bias now. Price is above the purple line on the 5 minute. So things are indeed changing, and if you're taking that trade at 10 to 8 this morning, when I was saying hello to you guys, indeed that would have you would have got a 2 to 1. There we go. It's just gone past the 2%. So we'll get rid of that, not to confuse things.
The U on the west coast, probably one of the most iconic rivers that I know over here. Great productive river for.
Sorry, Anne. Don't want to hear about the west coast. Just muted you. I don't know what happened there, but there we go. Right. So yeah, peculiarity with Zoom. I've got it set to mute everybody, but occasionally, for whatever reason, random people get through with unmuted. I don't know why that is, but that's okay. No worries. So we're sitting here waiting for a our next alert. See if I can have a quick look at the news. I'll bring it in once I've got it. Right, so here we are on Wednesday, the 10th of July. And as you can see, we got nothing of any significance really. All low intensity news, medium impact. The next high news is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So nothing for us to sort of concern ourselves about. So meanwhile, we will just play along. And wait for potential something to happen. So that's the scenario as it is now. If we do get a sell alert, but it's moseying on up. So this would be a sell retracement trade because we have got a buy bias going on. So if we did have a sell alert here, once we get to this line here, I'd be concerned whether it bounces or breaks. So I'd be putting my stop loss to my entry to protect my equity. And hopefully going down to these areas here and maybe even beyond into this buy zone if we do get that far. But we're here lying in wait just in case. Let's go to the MT4. Put my line tool on. I want to reverse conditions. Keep a respectful 2 pips away from the entry. Actually, with commissions, it's like more like 2.1. Oh, that's too much. I'll do. So, as you can see, we're ready just in case we do get a volume burst or a sell. Obviously, we've got to wait for a red ribbon, a red trend line, red wave, and the all-important red sell alert. So we're not anywhere near there yet. But because we're on the minute time frame, things should really happen quite fast within 2 or 3 minutes. But we're here ready. That's why we only, well, I only advocate looking at the charts for like an hour at a time. So you've got your intensity there, you're paying attention. And all that good stuff. Ah, we got some of that. But we got to wait for the red ribbon, the red trend line. I think this wave will go red anytime now, really. That's better. Oh, we got the red ribbon and we got the red wave. Now we want is the red trend line, which could happen anytime soon. Then we could be in a trade, but bearing in mind we've got imbalances here that need filling out. Depends when they intend to do that. Doesn't have to be done right away. It will be done, but will they make a move down to the buy zone first to pick up some buy orders? And then do that, or do it right away? That's the thing. But we're being saved from being in any trade because the red trend line, the trend line hasn't turned red. So that's saved us. And now we are indeed maybe coming up to fill out this imbalance here. We shall see. So as you can see, we have safety. Well, not safety. I don't think the right word is safety. We've got areas built into the indicators to save you from jumping in too quickly. Because right now I would lock my stop loss in on the trend line, which will be there once it goes red. If it goes red, well, it will go red if it carries on down, obviously. But I've got to wait for it to go red, and that's where my stop loss will be. No, sorry, I'm telling lies. See, I'm making a mistake. Stop loss will be on the wave. So, yeah, and I want to keep 2 pips away. Sorry, yeah, my stop loss will be here, but I want to keep 2 pips away. So that means price will be way down here before I get in to the trade because I'm 2.1 pips away now. And if it carries on down, the stop loss has to be equal where the green meets the red. So I am basically 2 pips away from entry at the moment, which brings me down below where my TP will be down here. So that's why I'll be managing the trade. Once I get down, price gets down to there. If it gets down to there, I'll be making sure I put my stop loss to my entry when that happens. If it happens. So as you can see at the moment, we are hovering around where the wave is. It's all right, I completely got messed up there. But luckily I got myself out of it. So I want to wait for the stop loss that's 2 pips away to get to there, and then I'm in for a sell. Not until then, because I want to keep 2 pips away. If it does that, and by that time the trend line would have gone red anyway. But at the moment, as you can see, we've got consolidation. Thinking about what they're going to do. And indeed, like yesterday, I believe, I was waiting for a buy and it turned into a sell. And the same thing could happen today, because it's only 8:15 in the morning. And they might be thinking, you know what, we will continue this buy, which is okay because the next alert is a buy anyway. So we're in a situation where, although I'm looking at a sell and things could happen for the sell, things could also happen quickly for the buy. This is why you have to pay attention. So we only trade for blocks of an hour at a time. And make sure you are not, if you trade, especially if you're in the UK trading at this time, make sure you're not overtired, hungover, whatever, because that will affect your trading just as much as if you keep having losers or winners. Yeah, if you had a long line of winning, that could affect your trading just as much as having a long line of losers, because you then get to feel, oh, I'm invincible. So that trend line turning red doesn't matter to me. I'll take the sell now. I'm good. I'm bound to win. No, no. Price action doesn't care about that. Right, so I'm going to take this off now because indeed we may well be going for another buy. It's come down out to fill that imbalance, and it's carrying on up. So I'm going to change conditions. Bring that down there a bit. And now all of a sudden price will be there on the trend line. But we've got to wait for the buy signal, the buy alert, and also the volume room to turn green, which it probably will do at any time now. That means price will be up here somewhere, because we've got a buy bias going on anyway. So we wouldn't be in a retracement trade. We'll be just carrying on with the trend. But because I'm keeping a respectful 2 pips away, the only thing is we got imbalance here. If I was to take the trade and it carries on up, we've got imbalance here that could be mitigated, but it looks like it might be coming out to do that now. So let's see how quickly things change, just like it did yesterday, really, if you was on with me. Just see if I can get this a little bit bigger for you guys. Oh. Right, so, and we still might be acting on this sell, funny enough. But then, as you notice, price would have to come down to swallow that parabolic SAR. Take that away a minute. Sending parabolic SAR up above price again. See how tricky it is. It is tricky at the moment. So it could go one way or the other, as you can see. But we're at a time, that's why I'm sticking on with the MT4, because we are at a time of day where it could very, very quickly go one way or the other, as you've seen. So I'm going to turn that on again. See how that candle there came down, wicked to fill out that imbalance. And now no more imbalances at the minute. So it can carry on up if it wants to. It equalized price, equalize the price, which is what it, finding balance in the market. That's what it's all about. It's certainly done that with that candle there, wiping out that imbalance on that candle there, look. And now indeed it's carrying on up again. So we could have a buy on our hands, continuation, because we're above the purple line. But I need more of a commitment, and I certainly need to spend, keep two pips or more away, which I'm doing at the moment. And once I've taken the trade, I'll be looking on TradingView for where the lines are, see if I can manage the trade further. If you notice, we are still underneath the trend line. So officially, we still are in a retracement sell trade, although it's got all the makings of a larger buy. And obviously the volume ribbon is still red, but that could change very, very quickly because it's flatlining now. What we can tell, as of now, we're very indecisive what's going on. We're in sideways movement. But we're getting a feel for what price is capable of doing, especially at this time of the day. And we're not losing any money. Being patient, being calm, getting as much, as of now, information as we can. Finger on buy or sell. And watching intently what's going on. Not being tempted to jump in because the indicators aren't right. No buy alert, for example, no green ribbon. And knowing that this situation could happen until they make their mind up what they want to do. And who knows when they want to make their mind up. We don't know. All we're doing is trading what we see and following the footsteps. They might not make their mind up until after 9 o'clock, after 10 o'clock. They could stay like this for as long as they want, obviously. They can do what they want. But their job really is to trick retail traders to jump in one way or the other, and then knock them out, get their equity for themselves. That's what they do. This is also gathering, all this sideway movement is also gathering volume. Like when you go out for a run, you run to the top of the hill, you're out of breath. You run to the top of the hill there, you're out of breath. You want to stay on top of the hill to get your breath back before you carry on. Same with this. They might be running up the top of the hill from down there, gathering pace before they carry on up, and indeed maybe carry on down. This still might be acting on this sell. Parallel sellers running this way. They're running up, as you know, so there's still a bit of a buy point, but the incline that they're running up by also indicates the sideways movement. So the volume ribbon has gone really flat now. It could literally go one way or the other. Same as price, could literally go one way or the other. What are their intentions? What do they want to do? Like I said before, nice to see so many on today. And if this is your first time, welcome to you. Try and do this 3 or 4 times a week, depending on volumes and the day, public holidays, etc., etc. And usually around about between 8 and 9 in the morning, depending on my lifestyle. I mean, I had a heavy night the night before, for example, and I might not wish to trade, and that's okay. So I'll maybe do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you looked in the Facebook group, you'll see a snapshot of a trade yesterday at 3 o'clock. Took 4 minutes to complete. It's not always like that, but when it is, that's satisfying. Means you can get on with your day and do other things. So this for accumulation then, hey? Less than 2 pips. No volume at all. They haven't made their mind up what they want to do. But that was okay by being cautious 2 pips from entry. And our indicators, we're waiting for a clear sign from our indicators. Now we're going the other way now. So we could be acting on this sell after all. Sell alert. But again, I'm keeping 2 pips away. And now I'm waiting for price to get underneath that wave turning red. and my stop loss getting it equal with there before I would take a sell. And actually, I'd like it to, and it'll probably be around at the same time as it breaks this lower low here as well. So this back to our retracement trade again. If well, we're not in a trade, but it'll be a retracement trade if we get into a sell. The wave has started to turn red now. So officially, I could get into a sell now. Sorry, no, I couldn't. No, because the green trend line hasn't turned red. But that could do any minute now. But bearing in mind all the time it's playing around here, because we could still be on for a buy, even at this stage. And you may be thinking to yourself, you know what, it's mucking around so much, I will leave it and come back later on in the day. And that'll be a right choice. There is no right or wrong answer there. But obviously for me, being with you guys, it'd be nice to take a trade. Now the trend line has turned red, as you know, so everything is red. So it looks like once that stop loss goes equal distance with that wave, which is another 1 pip away, I could be in for a sell, because we're coming up to the lower low here. But I'm waiting for that stop loss to be equidistant with that. Actually, we could do that. Put it there. Looking at these figures here, once we get past 20, I'm in. If we do. Because it's still playing around a bit. There's nothing. Oh god. I think the easiest way is to get there. That's it. Go back to 2 pips away. And wait for the line to go down to where the green wave meets the red. If it does that, because we're acting on this sell alert up here. But it's equal distance with that low there now. So that area there is obviously a significant area on the 1.0820 area. So for me, price needs to get down below there if we are acting on a sell. But all the time, it's, as you can see, it's non-committal either way. Big boss isn't in yet. Actually slept over. Something's happened at work. Perhaps the coffee machine isn't working properly. Anyway, so all of a sudden, we've been from sell to buy to sell. Now we're maybe going on to buy again. I don't know. Mucking us around this morning. It's not being committal at all. But by being cautious and keeping 2 pips away from your entry. So I want to change conditions again now. Bring that down. And we could be back trading with the trend, although the trend line has to go red. Volume has to go red. We need a buy alert, all that good stuff. And all the time, we're still in consolidation. Personally, if I was doing this lot myself, just myself and not on with you guys, I'd be a bit cheesed off with this by now and then looking to come back later on in the day. But we're staying on with this till 9 o'clock because things might change. And I'll be using the Academy55 zones and waiting for price to go in the zones on the 5 minute later on in the day and taking a buy or sell accordingly. Obviously, if the conditions are right on the minute for the Academy55 strategy, that's what I would be tending to do because this is just mucking around too much at the minute. But because I'm on with you guys, we will stay here till until 9 o'clock. And now we changed again. And now, as you notice, price has to get down and acting on that sell alert. So price has to break down there, break that parabolic saw, flip it up. This is it's a bit of a nonsense, this is really. Basically, we're waiting for price to show us what its intent is. And at the moment, they just don't know what they're going to be doing. But when they do something, it could happen that fast. That's why I'm staying on the NT4 rather than going back to TradingView, because I know that within like a very short space of time, all of a sudden we could see a big volume burst one way or the other, and then we're in for whatever reason. Right, so anticipating maybe a buy. Nice on SL21, keeping a respectful 2 pips away. In case I enter. See, we had a imbalance here on that candle there. Price came down to equal that imbalance. It's just equalizing the market as it's going along. The bank, the guy in charge is now looking for filters for his coffee. Right, so that trend line needs to turn green. Stop loss needs to go up to the trend line 2 pips away before I contemplate a trade. If we are in for a buy, obviously we need the buy alert. Ah, right, okay. So he's found the filter for his coffee. Trend line's turned green. No, what am I doing? Stay 2 pips away, David. There we go. Like that. Of course, now we want we need a buy alert. Everything else is green, but we haven't got the buy alert. And now we're milling around the trend line area, which is turned green. But again, more shenanigans. Now he's looking for the sugar for his coffee. Don't quote me, it's just my sense of humor. I'm sure it's a lot more professional than that. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Insider information. Oh dear, right. It looked like something might have been happening, but we stalled again. And they could be deferring their decision till after 9 o'clock, maybe. Like I said, personally, I would be cheesed off by now and come back later using the zone situation on the 5 minute time frame. But got another 20 minutes of film in the can, so we'll carry on. Now we're looking for that buy alert. All the time we are above the purple line, so we have got a buy bias, all being well, all this shenanigans here, the sideways movement. But all the time we are still in this buy bias, so I guess that could be the best scenario. But we're prepared for any scenario that happens. That's the point. And there's another good point as well. The longer you carry on like this, I guess maybe anxiety creeps in, a frustration, definitely. And you shouldn't be trading under those conditions of frustrations. Me, I'm okay because I'm showing you the ropes and I'm perfectly okay with this. But if you feel frustrated with what's happening or what's not happening, just relax and take a chill pill. Go and I don't know. And then come back at a more convenient time for yourself. You don't have to take a trade. Don't suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out. No need it. There's only been a few times when I've done this with you guys and we haven't taken a trade, but it does happen. And it may well happen today. Got imbalance on this candle now. So again, price will probably come up and touch the trend line and then maybe so. Well, it will, but we just don't know when. Right, so we could be acting on the sell we had ages ago. But I've got to wait for my stop loss to get down to there. And really, I'd like it to go below there. So we could be having a, oh, well, if it continues, we could very well, like I said before, obviously that area there is quite an important area. Price has come down and right, I'm in for a sell. I was a little bit too quick. A little bit too late, I should say. My stop loss is a little bit below. But once we get to that purple line, I will be looking to manage my trade and put my stop loss to entry, looking at it maybe bouncing or breaking. So I'm ready with my stop loss. If we do get a bit more volume very, very quickly to get down to the purple line, I shall be moving my stop loss to my entry. So I'm risk-free for the rest of it, if indeed we get that situation. Because we've broken that area now, we created a new lower low. Commitment and intention from the from price. But as you can see, my take profit is below the purple line, and it may be coming down to test this and then go back up again. It might go back up again, you know, because we got imbalance up here that needs to be filled. We just don't know when they're going to do it. But protect your equity is the first thing. But you got to let the price do what it's going to do for a little while before you protect your equity. So I'm waiting for price to get down to this purple line, and then I shall be putting my stop loss to my entry. First rule of trading, protect your equity. Second rule of trading is protect your equity. So if you don't learn anything else, that's what you should do. And if it comes up and takes me out, well, lose 1%. No big deal. Come back later on today using the Academy 55 zones to greater effect. Yeah. After all that, it's a shame. There we go. It's only 1%. No problem. Yeah, there we go. Right. So a very frustrating look at the market there. 1% loss. That's it there. All right. It was in there. 1% loss. So if you want to do zonal trading using the zones, what you do, you see that sell zone there on the horizontal ray, right click, add alert on our horizontal ray on the 5-minute time frame, and create yourself an alert that will alert you to when price potentially breaks through that, and then look for a sell. Obviously, exact opposite for a buy zone situation. So there we go. in the event of what I've seen, all this accumulation. We've learned a bit from the market, what it's capable of doing and why it does it. I've lost 1% at the moment, and I'll possibly come back later on when the zones allow on the 5-minute time frame, and I'm allowed to do one more trade. Okay, everybody, as you can see, we are continuing a trade from Academy55 live trade this morning. I'm allowed to trade one more time. And as you can see, we have been in, this is the trade I lost earlier on by 0.2 of a pip, because I've had the stop loss in the wrong place essentially, but that's okay. But now we have been in the buy zone, and we drew up a support and resistance line on the 4-hourly. This is the buy zone here. We've been into the buy zone. So the next trade up is a buy. So now I'm waiting for the buy alert to happen. So I'm going to put my lines on, keep it respectful 2 pips away from the price. And now green trend, that will be a green wave, green volume ribbon. Now waiting for a green buy alert, which hopefully will happen soon while I'm seeing as I'm recording this. In reality, I'm prepared to wait as long as it takes, but for recording purposes, hopefully it'll be quicker than that. But price will do what it's going to do, as we always say. So we're here lying in wait. Keeping a respectful 2 pips away. SL21, 2.1 pips away actually from, but we can't get in until we get a buy alert, because the zone's told us we're in the buy zone. Show you again very, very quickly. Go on to the 5-minute time frame. We have indeed been in the buy zone. So go back very quickly. So the green wave has started to, the wave has gone from red to green now. We got green trend, green ribbon. All we want now is a buy alert, and then we could be in the trade. But there's lots of accumulation here. It's never seen so much sideways movement at this time of the day. It's now 3 minutes to 10, but at 10 o'clock, sometimes on the hour, we do get a bigger volume push one way or the other. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm waiting for a buy alert, and as soon as one comes in, I could be in for a buy. And that could happen soon. So hence my mouse hovering over the buy. So if we break out of this accumulation, which we could do at 10 o'clock, 3 minutes to go, could stay till 10 o'clock, and then all of a sudden we could be in business. Could be, don't know for sure. But thanks to the zones, the next alert I'm going to be taking is a buy. If one happens, if we break out of this accumulation, I can see been in accumulation for quite a few minutes now. Just very nervy, can't make up their minds what they're going to do. And indeed, they don't have to do anything, of course. So hopefully we'll get a bigger volume push on the hourly candle. Sorry, the minute candle. which also then incidentally is the hourly candle as well. So I'm writing that. We'll see. But I'm here waiting for that alert to appear. Then I'm in for a buy. And then I want to make sure my stop loss is at least level with where the red wave met the green, which is down here. Making sure I'm 2 pips away. And then we're in for that buy. About a minute to go before 10 o'clock. I mean, I'm waiting, so it might not happen. But I'm here ready with my finger on the buy button just in case. $10 o'clock and nothing happened. So anyway, hey ho, more accumulation. But I'm here ready and waiting. But by keeping 2 pips away, I'm waiting for stop loss to get up to there at least. And obviously we haven't got the buy alert either yet. It's one of those days where I'm not really too convinced about what's going on at the moment from what I'm seeing. We've seen a lot of accumulation this morning. Hardly any volume getting into the market. Trouble with trading is things can change in a heartbeat. Right, is this it? I don't know. Forming a little bit of a higher high. Stop loss have got to go up a little bit further for me to get involved. Buy signals just popping on and off. Right, that's enough for me. I'm in for a buy. Because the stop loss is just below the wave. The next big hurdle really is, if we do, is the purple line there, obviously. But so hopefully we will get to that. I'm happy with my stop loss being there. Below where the red changed to green, the wave. I'm going to draw this up on TradingView. So I get my long position there. Get into the trade just about there. My 2-to-1 is way up. I say way up there. In reality, it's not a lot of pips. In reality, it's 4 pips, which is not a lot. But this is where I am. And I notice here we've got imbalance, which is quite pleasing to note. So if they want to check out that imbalance, my take profit is in the way. So that's quite good. So I'm going to put that there like that. And there we go. That's the trading MT4 version. That's the trading view version. And that's where we are. So I shall leave it at that. And hopefully we'll get a nice 2% win, hopefully, which will make me in turn 1% up on the day. But we'll see. So at this juncture now, what I've decided to do is, because entry is below the purple line, I'm looking at that purple line as a barrier, hopefully bounce, or it might continue up. I'm prepared to leave it like it is, to be fair, because also the here is a wee bit of imbalance. Here's down a wee bit of imbalance. So price could, in effect, come down to sweep out this imbalance before carrying on up again. So I don't really want to risk moving my stop loss to my entry because of those imbalances that I'm seeing. But the purple line there is a nice barrier. Maybe looking at price to come down and maybe revisit that purple line and before carrying on up. But if you're an anxious sort of person, like I always say, go away and boil the kettle for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and take the dog for a walk. Anything but watch the trade. If you're of an anxious sort of, you've made your choice now. So we are where we are. But bearing in mind here as well is a support and resistance line that I drew up for myself earlier on. So I know this area here is quite an important barrier for price to cross. So I'd be more inclined to put my stop loss to my entry once we go to 1.0820 if we get that high up. I'll just leave it there like that to remind me. If we ever do get that high, I'll put my stop loss to my entry then to manage my trade a bit more effectively. And as you see, price is coming down now to equal those imbalance candles. But it's forming new imbalances as well that need to be addressed. It's indeed bouncing off that purple line now. Okay, just reminding myself again of this important level here. If price does reach that area there, I shall be putting my stop loss to my entry. But it's causing imbalances on the way up as well that need to be filled. So because there's not a lot of volume going around at the minute, this is why we're getting this balance redressing exercise by price action all the time. No big sweeps in the market. So it's coming down now to mitigate the balance from the candle before, which it nearly did. Let's get that all important line now. where I know support and resistance. It's a support and resistance line drawn up on the 4-hourly time frame, just around about there. So we're at that line now. So I'm going to be protecting my equity, putting my stop loss to my entry for a risk-free trade for the rest of it. So whatever happens, because I'm looking to maybe bounce or break this line. This is a very important area. Hopefully I'll continue on up. And as you can see, it went through, luckily for me. Not luckily, I knew it would anyway. So there you go. That's a successful trade. So I lost one trade earlier on, as you saw, just by 0.2 of a pip, but no biggie. I won this trade by so that leaves me 1% up on the day. So I'm okay about that. So thanks very much and see you on the next one. Cheers for now. Bye.